For the longest time, I struggled with saying no. It felt like if I turned down a request, I was disappointing someone, and I hated that feeling. But if I knew I wanted to make change, I had to start somewhere. I started small. I mentioned this in the last episode, but I started saying no to the tiniest things. Like saying no to food I didn't want to eat, or deciding not to go out when I really didn't want to. These small no's built up my confidence without me feeling like I was letting everyone down. Another trick that helped me with saying no was using a buffer. I'd say something like, let me think about it, or I'll get back to you. These responses gave me a little breathing room to really think about it if this is something I wanted to do, or to not feel so much pressure in the moment. I learned that I didn't have to over-explain my no. Before, I would be like, no, because I have to go home and do laundry. When you do that, you're giving someone the opportunity to talk you out of it. Oh no, you can still come because it's Saturday and you can do laundry on Sunday. Keep that from happening. No long-winded justifications. And just say things like, no, I can't make it. Or that time just doesn't work for me. I'll see you at a later date or another time. The more you practice, the easier it'll get. The next thing I did to get out of the people-pleasing cycle was prioritize my needs. Putting myself first actually felt kind of weird and strange at first. I'm not gonna lie. But I quickly realized that if I didn't prioritize myself, nobody would. The first thing I did was identify my needs. I started asking myself, what do I need today? And I made it a habit to check in with myself every morning. Some days I needed rest. Other days, I felt like connecting or being creative. It was about getting honest with myself and what was best for me in the moment. One of the hardest shifts was allowing myself to rest without feeling guilty. Now, oh baby, I'm gonna take that nap. I stopped forcing myself to go to events or keep commitments when I wasn't up for it or I felt burnt out. I'd cancel plans when I needed to, even if it felt uncomfortable. The uncomfortableness only lasts for 5 minutes tops. And the last thing I did to make sure I was prioritizing my needs, I scheduled in me time. Even if it was just 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it was, to go on a walk, catch up on a book that I've been fiending to read, to meal prep to set myself up for the week, whatever it was non-negotiable. And the last thing I did when I first started to shed these tendencies was let go of people, places, and things that were not in alignment with me. Letting go is still the hardest part, but I realized that some people and environments just don't serve the person I'm trying to be. For this, I had to identify what was keeping me stuck in my old habits. I made a list of who and what was draining me. It was crazy to see how much energy I was given to relationships and commitments that did not serve me. These were the things that made me feel undervalued or used, and they had to go. I didn't go cold turkey. Instead, I distanced myself gradually. I spent less time with certain people and emotionally distanced myself from things that didn't align with who I was becoming. And it's not always about cutting people off. It's more so about creating space for yourself. And as I let go of what wasn't serving me, I made space for the things that were in alignment. I started spending time with people who uplifted me and felt good to be around, doing things that brought me joy, and being in spaces where I felt seen and valued. By starting with these small steps, I slowly let go of my people-pleasing habits and began creating a life that felt authentic and true to me. Trust me, it's gonna be a journey. It's been a journey. It's not perfect, but it's the most freeing thing I've ever done.